Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa Black 2 White 2. So, look at this final boss hallway. Look at this. Look at, like, I mean, it's probably not, because we don't have much evidence, but like, yeah, it's rather climactic. Things are glitching out. It's a bit weird. Buy a Labagogo, baby. I see a Monokuma. What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. Just hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. Well, hello. I'll take you. The fact that they're digital is so weird. Also, they're all in use? I've seen this before in movies. It's a refrigerator for preserving dead bodies. At least that's what it looks like, but that's not possible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school biolab is something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. The idea should have been cancelled during development or something. What am I thinking? Tarps! This looks like a plastic tarp. Why is this just left out like this? Clean up after yourselves, will you? No, tarps are important. What's this last one? Is it horror? Oh, that's scary. There's another manga just lying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history? I knew it. The next one would obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was this incident really about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped I was right. That's spooky. I don't like it. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. Wow, this is MGS2, we're bringing the internet into this. The community was not limited to students, but people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. Is this like a Junji Ito manga? But then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of the despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they use them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy. Wait, so, okay, there's the tragedy. which is the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And then there's the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, which triggered the general tragedy. Okay. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this really is true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, or kombini, as it's known in Japan, the nearby bookstore, my favorite ramen restaurant. What's happening to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Yeah, it's not like it's Tokyo Ghoul or something. Hey, yo. Oh god, if you haven't heard the Tokyo Ghoul fandom and what happened, that is the closest thing to the most tragic, most awful, most biggest, I screwed that up, awful event in human history for us. Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough, what is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but you do not remember that. Such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them sealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying?
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. Yep. Flashback. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps, no, that's definitely it. Truth bullet. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they're actually able to do that, then I guess that's why they're called Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? It's no use! I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit, I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Dude, you could cover yourself up with the tarp. And then it became evidence itself. That was close, I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? I don't know what's open, my dude. Well, that's the wrong button. Wait, how's our dude doing? I'm surprised you work in this virtual world. Here? No. We have, I think, the other classroom here? Yes. We haven't gone in here, so I like that the word despair is just written there. Hey, Monokuma, what's up, man? No, I should ignore it. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him. No, wait, can I click on him? Is he Monokuma doll? Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I need to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? Should have done that from the beginning. I don't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. Getting really fed up with your blabbering. Hurry up. What do you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for. Surprise! It's about ultimate despair. Huh? Ahem. Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days.
Actually,
It was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl?
yes indeed.
Yeah, there it is. Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima?
Hey,
As the former ultimate despair... Former? She created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despairs. Ah. There was one really horrible person in that group.
don't fuck with me.
Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some freaked up organization created by a high school girl.
Unbelievable.
Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey,
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize that threat. Then, what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't make any sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do that without any purpose.
hey,
It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about a purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime is a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is so full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea has been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despairs who have been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair. Wait, what? They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair. Okay. All in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. Okay. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the reserve corps students during the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Final days?
in other words,
Junko has the power to change people's values. That is true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to. And so, the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Okay. Okay, so we got a bit of the, I'm reminded of there was a cult in the States who I think committed mass suicide, but is this like in Japan, they had the Happy Cult, which was in Mob Psycho 100, but like is a real thing where people were all about like happiness, but it was like a cult where they then would commit suicide. So, mass suicide.
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me?
Damn it.
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair. Junko Enoshima. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? Yeah, what? Ultimate Despair. Well, hi, Junko. Truth Bullet, Reserve Department. Yeah, boy, how do you know that? Hey, Fuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Enoshima is really dead? What? You didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. A bloody... Oh, the bloody classroom, right! Oh no! That explains that classroom. A bloody classroom, no, wait. What was that thing you said about the Killing School Life? Like, the killings we were involved in, but there were killings that happened at Hope's Peak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who managed to escape from the academy. Wait a second. There's 6 who survived that. And then there was 5 who survived here. Are we trying to make a new student council? Okay. For a manga about this Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. I think it's the actual Danganronpa manga was like 4-coma style gags. So, according to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Enoshima is dead.
Like...
Turns out the Killing School Life was a part of that. Oh, interesting. Was part of the whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope's Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope's Peak Academy. She took away their memories. That's just like us. Apparently, the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing? The students of Hope's Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up! That messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost the students she placed in her trap, and after becoming overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then, Junko is no more. Why are you ellipsising? Every ellipsis is a loaded ellipsis. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? Junko Enoshima is already dead. Are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that Killing School Life. I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just that. An imitation.
No shit.
If the students from Hope's Peak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this really is an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? Cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting us somewhere? Just like surveillance cameras during the Killing School Life? Interesting. Killing School Life has been added. Junko Ultimate Despair has been updated. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really want you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna do?
Oh well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? We're in a frickin' video game. What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? One step at a time. You're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again. Actually, you're making too much sense. Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Do you have more to say? Ultimate Despairs again. No, I don't really need you to. Oh, go. Oh, no. He just started on his own. Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, so, okay, that's funny. Hajime's like, no, please stop. I don't need to hear it again. That's great. Yeah, huh, what? It changed to a different hallway again. It's so sudden. What's gonna make something like this happen? What's going on to make something like this happen, rather? No, I've already decided that I'm not gonna be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Okay, now we're on the 4th floor. How's it going, Akane? Akane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean, who?
So,
I don't know, it's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Still, her gut is pretty impressive. For some reason, it's strangely intuitive. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Well, time to look for the room that's open. Of course, that one's locked. Hey, the music room. Is the music room the big auditorium one? Yes, it is. What is that monolith? This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. What's this hologram, first off? What is this? Words are floating in the air. It's like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we've obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope's Peak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors? You may be wondering about the number of people that at this time. They're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy. It's possible that they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Enoshima rallying them. In a worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they're survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, if they are, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we've received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World Program. Oh, guys, some words just give me the shivers, and the good shivers. Neo World Program is a good phrase. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy? 15 students? Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who's part of the Future Foundation, definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off remembering the memories we've lost. Okay, what's this monument? Looks like it's some kind of monument? Why would there be a monument in a music room? It's not just that. The mark engraved into the monument is a symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol is a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. That's what I was thinking. Huh? The Future Foundation was established by the graduate of Hope's Peak Academy? Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up! Huh. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope's Peak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma. If he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Enoshima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. There really is a research... Speaking is tough. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. This seems like a big old plot dump. But kind of a good plot dump, you know? Kind of a cool plot dump. Kind of a plot dump that makes me go, dang, I'm sure interested in what the heck is going on. Okay, yeah, you're still... Look at all those poops. Look at all those poops. Looks angry. Well, I wonder how many poops you can make. Let's see, where else can we go? Headmaster's office, AV room. Can't go here, can't go here, can't go there. What about the faculty office? Hey, are you gonna just die or something? Oh! Ha! Well. Well. What happens if it says until next growth? Does it keep going? It does. I'm gonna leave it and see what happens. Maybe something will happen. Okay, we can't go there. Well, rip. Okay, teacher's lounge or teacher's area. I forget which one this is. The office. Teacher's office. Right. This looks a little bit different, actually. This actually looks really different. What the heck? What's with the walls? It's like no clip is on. This looks like a game in development. Ooh, I don't like this. This feels different from a classroom.
Maybe.
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy, teachery vibe to it. The office, huh? Now you mention it, it does look like that.
No.
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already! Okay, what's with the air email this time? There are letters floating in the air like the music room from earlier. I don't like the low-res flowers that look low-res on purpose. It's like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one from earlier. I guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Enoshima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy is not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junko Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is in order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess it's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Oh, interesting. Yeah, what's with these flowers that look really low-res? Flowers on top of the desk? Plus, they look strange to me. Are my eyes just tired? That is on purpose. Yeah, what's with the walls, my dude? Is there a way to click on the walls that are, like, phasing? I'm not even looking for these guys at this point. That are, like, phasing out of existence? Like, okay, no, there's not. Not really. Okay, what's the list of subjects? Why is there a picture of what's... Wait, who's that? That doesn't look right. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? Why is Hiyoko old? What in the heck? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that are names I've seen before. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 16, okay. I like Ultimate Imposters wait. Ultimate Imposters listed. Okay. So Ultimate Imposter is, or was rather, what's his face? Byakuya. Got it. But what? Yeah, is there a way to click on the names? No? Is it just this? Okay, well, first off, yeah, let me read this. Wait, that's where I've seen the name before! Shoot, man. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says, Hope's Peak Academy founder, Izuru Kamakura. The founder of Hope's Peak Academy, and this name, Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn it, another mystery. Oh my god. Yeah, no, this is a problem. There's a newspaper post on the blackboard. Below that, Hyoko Sionji. Why do I keep screwing up on that last name? Hyoko is written there. What is this newspaper? What is this? It says Miss Hyoko Sionji. This can't mean the same Hyoko, right? I mean, the Hyoko we knew. Yeah. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way, I can see the resemblance to Hyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hyoko we knew. What does this mean? I don't know! This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hyoko Sionji here. Oh, and Hyoko is an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name.
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? You're looking at it for yourself. That's not Hyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man.
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hyoko is the Sionji's family's only daughter. If she doesn't have a sister, then a relative? There's still too much of resemblance.
What are you saying?
That's Hyoko. Yeah, huh?
Of course not.
What are you saying? Hyoko doesn't have a curvy body like that. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well...
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt? What are you saying? I'm so confused. She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
Today,
Well,
I'm feeling
regardless.
white.
Today I'm feeling white. Okay. Sure. That's fine. Well, regardless, all the clues I provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth? This is the truth. Then the Hyoko in this newspaper. Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there could be a photo of a grown-up Hyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey,
Could this be related to that list of subjects over there? Huh?
this is bad.
It says subjects. Maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hyoko's body? That's pretty hot. I mean, what? What am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? There's some kind of experiment. I mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. But what kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
What's going on? Better not have anything to do with time travel. Oh god, that'd be the worst. What in the hell is going on? Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage. Next stage? Yeah, okay, we're gonna be on floor 3 now, right? Yep, I knew it. Damn it, not again. The hallway's different from last time. Oh, this is different, Distortion. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I moved to a totally different hallway than last. But how can he do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just gonna waste my energy. Okay, well, I'm gonna say, guys, next time we'll be back solving the mysteries here. And by solving the mysteries, I mean becoming even more confused. I'm so interested in where the hell this is going. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Ciao.